Men, what you have to understand is women love a man that is a mystery. All right. I'm going to tell you all a true story about a simp that became a cold-blooded killer. There was this guy, great young man. I'm gonna keep names out for the sake of it, right? But I'm gonna get right into it. There was this guy, great young man, grew up with great parents, mom and dad, loving family. Parents were great, right? Great marriage. That's all he's seen growing up. And this young man was very intelligent guy. Young man, very ambitious. Nice man. You know, he grew up under a family that, you know, his parents, all he's seen was good, healthy values in a relationship. So the guy grew up, you know, he was into sports, into a lot of different things, made good grades in school, grew up. And at about the age of 18, he met an older woman. Now, the woman was a beautiful woman, right? Nice looking. Good hair, good body, banging. He met this girl and they began talking. And, you know, when he met her, he was kind of like, man, you know, he want to be married. And the young man want to do things right in college, getting his grades, going to church. He really wanted to do everything the right way because this is what he's seen as a child in his household. But this girl, she was different. Like, she grew up in a decent household, but she had a father that was an absent father. He was present, but still absent, right? So she didn't really get a whole lot of affection from her father. And her not getting this affection from her father, of course, she started to seek it from men at a young age. She sought affection, validation from men. And a lot of times when women are children and they don't get affection from their parents or their father more so, they develop what is called daddy issues. And if you research that, daddy issue symptoms are like a woman, they start having sex at a young age. A girl, she's very sexually active. She likes to deal with older men. She likes to deal with unavailable, emotionally unavailable men. So this woman experienced all of this. She experienced this. So meeting this young man that's kind of like, you know, he want to do the right thing. He want to get married, go to church, do everything right. He meets this young lady and he likes her, loves her, adores her, does what he's like. He really tries his best to do everything right by this woman. Gifts, money, everything, the whole nine. Finally, one day he says, you know what? I'm ready to get married. You know, I've seen a great healthy relationship in my parents. I understand what a healthy relationship looks like. So essentially, if my relationship is anything like my parents' relationship, then man, I'm doing great, right? That's what he's thinking. All right, so during the engagement period, and this is probably where the error was at, but for the sake of the story, I continue. He's seen certain things she did that made him question. He caught her in certain lies during the engagement period. But in his mind, he thought about it like, you know what? Okay, she made a mistake. She's lying about small things. Okay, I mean, we can work past that. We can work past that. So he wants to work past it. He tries to work past it. All right. Okay, he still ends up getting married after those little signs he's seen. He still got married to the woman because he kind of felt like, okay, she says she's sorry. She's not going to do it again. All right, maybe she's not going to do it again. We'll leave it alone. This will be, you know, things going to go up and up, right? People can make mistakes and change. That's what he's thinking. So he gets married to the woman. And the marriage is going on the first year, pretty good. Second year, pretty good. But during the second year, she tells him about a lie that she told him during the engagement period that he kind of forgave her for the lie. For lying. Right? So the lie was, I didn't sleep with she didn't sleep with a guy, but the lie, but it was, I was just talking to him. All right. So at that time when she told him that, she was like, okay, he's seen some texts, but he still was like, okay, you didn't do it. Okay. All right. I caught you in a little lie because you said you wasn't even talking to him, period, but you were. So he caught in a little lie, but it was deeper than that. The lie was even bigger. So she tells him about what happened then was she actually did sleep with the guy. So this crushes the young man because he's kind of like, dang, man, like I kind of thought you was just lying about one thing, but it was even deeper than that. Crushes him. Really hurt from it, right? Because this guy wants to be married, loves this woman dearly. All right, so, you know, time moves on. They talk about it. They go to the pastor at the church and they have a conversation with him. And he kind of like walks him through it and try to like encourage her, encourage him, whatever, right? This is the second year. Okay. After that, third year hits. Fourth year hits. Something else comes up where he finds out that she was doing something else. She gets caught doing something else and he just ends up finding out. He's not trying to, like, he's not searching her phone, not doing none of that stuff, but he just finds out. Cool. So the man finds out and it crushes him again. Like he's just hurt. Like, dang, man, like, are you serious? I want to make this work. I want to do this thing right. Word, he deals with it again, right? So at this point, he's just like, he don't trust her anymore, but he's still trying to make the relationship work. Don't trust her, but trying to make the relationship work. You can tell the young man is just, he's just trying. He don't get it. He's trying to make it work through that, right? All right, so then after that, year goes by, another year goes by. He's really not trusting her. She's always busy she's just always going and doing certain stuff. He's having little tiny issues where it's just like he feels lonely, never gets the opportunity to spend time with her. And this little cycle goes on for those next 2 years until one day he decides he's talking to somebody at his job and an opportunity comes where the woman that he's talking to is kind of like relating with him. The conversation is just like really platonic, but you could tell that some type of bond is being built where the space is that him and his wife is putting between, like it's coming between them two. Him not getting the opportunity to spend time with her like he wants to. She's always going, always want to do something else. So he ends up getting into something with somebody at his job and he ends up sleeping with the woman, right? Okay. So he's feeling bad about it. Like, dang, man, like, you know, what has happened, right? Because this is not the way I wanted the marriage to go. That's how he's saying it. Like, I don't want the marriage to go like that. So he's really like upset that he even allowed himself to get to that point. But anyways, it's there. And after that, couple months ago, all of a sudden, he finds out that the wife has been dealing with some other man. So this is probably the third incident, right? We're looking at the whole story. Finds out the woman dealing with another man. And when he questions her about it, he ends up finding out that it's been happening pretty much for the better part of their whole marriage, that she's been dealing with this guy. So when he finds out, the wife is contrite, from visibly contrite. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like I haven't done nothing. So he went and told her, he said, well, I made a terrible mistake. Like, I can't get mad at you for your error and your mistake. So he tells her about his part, and then she's like, okay, whatever. She's just glad that she's not in trouble again, in a sense, or like that he's not going to leave her for this other offense. Right? Continues. So, after that happens, the life continues after that. But at this point, this guy has become almost numb. The last situations he cried, like literally cried about these things that have happened. But now the last situation has got him numb. And he just turns into this cold-blooded killer, Playa. And he turned into this Playa, and he just could not turn the knob off. At this point, he no longer cares about pretty much anything. And now at this point, she sees the distance that he has put in between them now. And now she's chasing him. But the guy is just at a point where it's like, he just can't stop now because he done became this player, and he didn't even realize his potential. He didn't even realize that, like, what he could do in the dating world. So he's just out there just cutting them down left and right. And it got so bad to a point where it was just like, he could never trust this woman again. And it really changed his life and shaped him into a man that have gotten so much knowledge and understanding, and have gotten so wise in the dating world. It made him become a coach, a dating coach. So he just turned into this killer almost because of how he got treated. And I say this and ending that story, I say this behind that story. It's important that you understand the benefit of bad experiences. I understand and I know that in certain situations, when you have bad experiences in life, it does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. It hurts. But don't allow those negative experiences you had in life, those L's you took in life, to negatively shape you. But use what you've learned, those bad experiences, really to build you up, to make you stronger, to make you more knowledgeable, to develop you into a more stronger person. Because I never want men to have bad experiences and then like treat every woman moving forward like this just because you had dealt with something that was terrible. But you just got to understand, man, like, just use the experience as a teaching tool, a lesson for your growth and development moving forward in the future. That's it. I may tell you some more stories at another time about different real life situations. Like and subscribe to the channel. We out.